You know, we talk about two specific things, but they're the same: self care, self love. And why is it important? And I wanted to speak to my community today of the elements of why you need to have self care and self love. Because to think highly of yourself is all we have in 2025 and beyond. Think about the last 5 years, how many things we had to go through. Whole world flipped on its axis. Lots of just really observations of how to get things done in life. A lot of our mental health was compromised through what happened. A lot of folks lost jobs. A lot of folks got sick. Some folks had to deal with passing away of loved ones. And I feel like we've never really been exposed to what self-care and self-love truly is, because that's the ultimate thing we need to do and to have with anything in life. If you're not in love with yourself in a non-narcissistic way, you'll never be able to fall in love with somebody. See, love can be a situation that's very different for a lot of folks. We can love pizza, we can love sports, we can love video games, we can love content creation, we can love working out. But is that the exact same love that we can bring to ourselves? Let alone, is that the exact same love that we can bring to someone else? To someone else, love's got to be unconditional. To ourselves, love's got to be unconditional as well. And the reason why that is because that's all we have. We truly have a heart, we have a mind, we have a body and a soul, we have a vessel. And how we treat that really will speak to who we are. You see these lot of this different scenarios and situations in life where a lot of people are like, damn, I turned 30, but my body feels like it's 50, 60. Well, your physical fitness is going to have to come into play there. But to really just extrapolate a lot of what I'm speaking about today is I'm just going to speak from my personal perspective, just to give some y'all some contents of how you can actually better your self-love and better your self-care. And the number one thing I'm going to say to y'all, stop bringing your phone or electronics into the bedroom before you go to sleep. That should be a non-negotiable. I know people are going to say, oh, that's hard. That's hard to do. No, stop doing it. I've learned now over the last 8 to 12 months of doing this that it's nothing but a distraction, and it can hurt your sleeping patterns. It truly can. It hurts your sleeping patterns because of a lot of different reasons. You got to see that you have that constant light that is in your eyes, that you're scrolling on Instagram or you're watching YouTube videos or whatever you're doing. Why do that, let alone in your bedroom, when in theory, you shouldn't even be on your screen before you even go to bed to begin with? And a lot of y'all wonder why you're zombified or you're not sleeping enough, because these are the exact same habits that you consistently showcase. Stop it. Trust me, remove it. See, myself, I need my phone to wake up, depending if I have to get up early in the morning. But I've always been a firm believer, no alarm clock needed, your passion wakes you. But there's some times where you have to get up at a specific time. And I set my alarm, but I keep my phone just outside of my bedroom. I can hear that alarm first thing in the morning. A lot of y'all be bringing that phone into the bedroom. And again, it doesn't serve a purpose. I don't want to hear, oh, well, I need it to wake up. Put it outside your bedroom, right? What is your phone going to do to help you to get a well-balanced sleep? If all you're going to do is scroll, 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 then you pass out and then you wake up, your phone's underneath your pillow, the phone's underneath the covers, you're laying on top of the phone. Is it really truly needed? Trust me when I tell you. That phone, that Android phone, that iPhone, even your wearable devices, your watches, anything, nothing should be in that bedroom. Everything removed, unplugged. No electronics in the bedroom. None whatsoever. None. Just leave it outside. You don't need to bring it into the bedroom with you. Your bedroom should be your sanctuary just for sleep and happy, lovey time with that said partner of your choosing. Next, self-care, self-love. Facial routines. A lot of women have a lot of different ways they do facial routines. They have their products. They have their serums. Men. I'm speaking to y'all. How you get luxurious skin is not by soap and water on your face. That should be an ultimate no-no. Find yourself a skin care line. That's, again, a non-negotiable, right? A skincare line will do everything it is that you need to know how to do. You know what my skincare line is? Teach Hanley. They're not going to pay me for this part of the podcast, but Teach Hanley is what I use, right? They have a facial wash. They have an AM and a PM moisturizer. They also have a scrub that you use to remove all that dead skin off your face. A lot of y'all still using body wash to wash your face. That's a complete no-no. Or you're using bar of soap to wash your face. That's also a complete no-no. Men, we got to do better. Find yourself that skincare line. Trust me, if you truly care about your mind, your body, and your soul, you'll find the right skincare for yourself. And again, I will link Teach Hanley. They're not paying me to say this, but I will link it in the show notes below, right? If you have any questions or concerns and all that, just send an email or DM me on Instagram. If you've gotten this far to the podcast, to the message, like, comment, subscribe. That's all I ask for. Like, comment, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Be inclined to do so. We're here to give you that gospel. We're here to give you that good conversation. The third part of self-care and self-love, taking yourself to the movie theater. Solo movie date, solo movie ticket, solo movie popcorn, solo drink or water, solo candy. I'm not saying that you have to splurge all the time, but take yourself on solo dates, ladies and gentlemen. The number one solo date I take myself is to a movie. That could be in a relationship. That could be being single. Okay? Why do I do that? At first, I used to mock it when I was younger. I was like, I'm never going to a movie by myself. But it's so therapeutic. It's so much of an abundance mindset. I encourage a lot of y'all to just do that. Go to your local movie theater. If there's a movie that you want to watch, don't hit the group chat. Don't hit the text message. Don't hit the Facebook Messenger or the Instagram. Take yourself on that movie date. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. What I'm basically rolling down and saying to a lot of folks is, you need to have some self-love and you got to think highly of yourself. It's the most important thing that we can do. Because if you do not love yourself, you're never going to understand what true love is going to represent. Learn to be without and depending on other entities or other people. I get it. We get lonely. I get it. We want that companionship. I get it. We want to have someone that's by our side. But if you have not mastered the full understanding of what self-love and self-care truly is by the 3 examples I gave to you today, you're not ready. You're not ready. We go to the gym by ourselves, so why can't you go on a movie date by yourself? Heck, if you really want to get extreme, solo traveling. I do it all the time. Where I'm at here in Canada, the greater Toronto area, I go different places. I don't necessarily need to have an entourage. If I have to go do podcasting in studio, by myself. If I have to go to a networking event, by myself. If I want to go to coffee party, by myself. Well, Rory, you're a loner. No, I'm not. Sometimes you got to get out and experience different things of yourself. Take the leap of faith. Stop projecting. Stop projecting on your own insecurities. Literally take baby steps. You go grocery shopping by yourself. Heck, I get it. Some of y'all may have kids. You may be in a relationship, but you go grocery shopping by yourself. That's low-key a form of self-love, self-care. Because you're there to buy all the right things. Buy all the right essentials. Fun fact, don't go to the grocery store when you're hungry. Because you end up buying all the things that you don't necessarily want. It boils down to this, ladies and gentlemen. If you want good for yourself, if you want better for yourself, you gotta just put your foot forward. I don't care if you go right to left or left to right. Just take that leap of faith. Take that chance. Don't have that anxiety. Oh, I don't want to go to the movie theater. Maybe I might run into a friend. Maybe I might run into a coworker. Who cares? You don't think I've been to a movie theater and people look at me and be like, yo, what movie are you going to go see? I tell them and that's it. Keep it moving. Because I'm not waiting for anybody. Heck, I could be married. And there may be a movie I want to go see. And maybe my wife doesn't want to go see that movie. I'll go by myself. That's an abundance mindset. That's stoicism. It's not selfishness. Because heck, maybe that movie they don't care for. Maybe that actor, that actress, they don't care for. I know some folks are going to run to it and say, well, compromising. Sometimes some people don't want to watch the same movies. And that is okay. But you can compromise on other things in life. We got to really start understanding what self-care and self-love truly is. It's not just going out, getting to the spa days or the massage places or the tanning places or getting our hair done or getting our grooming done. It really means we got to go out and we got to start doing things more for ourselves and stop depending on other individuals. How do you learn to know yourself? By spending time by yourself. Sometimes do not disturb that iPhone or that Android. Sometimes just take a step back and breathe. You heard people on TikTok say it. You go out, touch grass. Go out, touch grass. It's the facts. Go out and touch grass. Believe that, yeah, it was a TikTok. Go out and touch grass. Feel something about yourself. Get outside. For all my nature folks, they know what I'm talking about. Go outside in nature. I may not be the biggest nature guy, but I respect it. I can dibble and dabble. I can compromise if somebody's into nature. But this is what it all comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. Really start pouring into yourself. Pick up a book, read audio books, learn. That's self-love, that's self-care. But I'm going to speak to this because this is the fourth part. This is the final part of it. For all my people that are reading books, you read the books, start applying the things that are in the book. A lot of y'all be out here reading 3-4 books in a month, or in 6 months, or into a year. and you haven't applied no foundation to the books, no foundation of life to the books. You're reading all these books. You post them on social media. Oh, yeah, I read this book. You tell your friends, you tell your coworkers. You're at that networking events. I read all these books, but you're not applying nothing to these books. Why? Because it's a cool thing to do? Information changes your situations. If you're going to read a book, read that book and start applying the foundations to that book. Start applying those foundations to life from that book into your life. Start really learning things about yourself. All right? Maybe it's a book on videography. Maybe it's a book on how to become a better trainer in health and fitness. Maybe it's a book on sharpening the mindset, upping your productivity, being laser focused in your goals and your aspirations. Start applying pieces of foundation from that book to your life. You have it inside of you, but we make these excuses and we don't want to necessarily make adjustments because it's easy to make excuses. It's even harder to make those adjustments. So we lean into those excuses because we don't have the right people around us that are championing us. Because guess what? We make so many excuses because we walk away from the things that should be elevating us, but we run towards the things that don't even serve a purpose. Make that make sense. Because if you're on a true self-love, self-care journey, you run, you walk, you crawl, you strive to the things that are going to elevate you. That's what life is all about, elevation. Elevation as you're climbing up the ladders requires separation. That means no longer you'll have the same limiting beliefs of people that are around you. I'm a firm believer of that. But that's coming down the road in the month of August here. There's going to be some things I'm going to talk about. If you think highly of yourself when it comes to self-love, self-care, in a non-narcissistic way, you elevate, you shine bright, you walk in your soul purpose like a man or a woman, and you hold your head high no matter what is going on in the world, no matter what's going on in your life. Not all days are going to be sunshine and lollipops. But if you think highly of yourself, you get past those things. You know, to get us out of here, you need to start being around circles. And I will consistently say this, that are going to hold you accountable. Stop being around these low vibrational energies that are just in echo chambers. Maybe you're going to the gym and you have that goal that you want to lose 10 pounds or you want to gain, 10, 15 pounds of muscle. But you don't have anyone that's going to simply sit here and hold you accountable or champion yourself with that. Heck, maybe there's that $1,000 that you want to save for a trip that you want to take at the end of the year. But you're hanging around people that are always in the limelight. They always need to be out at the dinner parties. They always need to be out at the bars. They always need to be out at the patios. They always need to be buying bottle service. Start really championing around people that are going to hold you accountable. Yo, we're not spending no money for the whole month of September, October. Heck, we're not spending no money in November. We want to take that trip in December, just after Christmas. That's called being around the people that are going to simply sit here and they're going to breathe life into you. All that's coming down the road, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, the whole month of August is all solo episodes. There's going to be a lot of information that's going to be coming at y'all. Like, you comment, you subscribe. You really tap into what you need to tap into because you have it within inside yourself. We need to start thinking highly of ourselves because our mental health depends on it. Our confidence in life depends on it. Everything we're doing, it depends on it. I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from a person that has a certified coaching background. I do this for y'all. You have an abundance of resources here on this channel. You've got podcast topics. You have great insight from guests in whatever area you want to get into. We're ambidextrous here on this channel, but we're here to breathe life. When you go into those descriptions, you're going to see a lot of different things, how to connect with me on all the different social media platforms, Instagram being the biggest one. You have one-on-one consultations. It's up to y'all. Let's get better. We need to start elevating and championing minds, any man, any woman that want to get better in life. And this is how we do it, through self-care. Heck, maybe you want to have a personal one-on-one conversation of how you want to do self-care. Let's do it. Let's get to the nexus of that. We can meet on video. I'll send you over the link and we just connect. It doesn't have to be recorded, but we're going to have the conversation. So I push you all to do that. You have it inside yourself. Let's go. Let's grow. Like, comment, subscribe to this channel because we're coming. Lots of information going to be coming in these next few weeks. I love and appreciate y'all.